What's going on, y'all? Hope y'all had a good weekend. Went camping this weekend. Had a great time. I got a little bit of a blood blister there. I was chopping up some firewood for a campfire, and yeah, I guess I hadn't broken in my hands in a while. But I wore gloves after I got the blood blister, so probably should have just put them on ahead of time. But yeah, I just wanted to follow up. So it's been, I think, 8 days or so of carrying this, or at least since my last video, and I've had this in my pocket every single day. And you know, it's been incredible. I really haven't had any big issues with this knife at all. It carries. One thing that I found out over this time was how well it actually carries. And I think a lot of it has to do with how Mick is putting his clips here now through the standoff. I don't know if they picked that up from Medford or not, but man, it's incredible. They just need to do this on every single knife. If I had this on, like, say, my SMF, and then I got an S&G that carried like this, man, that'd be perfect. I think he does that on his customs. I've seen a couple of, like, some of those Mick Strider performance series that has this, and man, he just needs to do it on every single one. It'd be perfect. Do really love how they put the lanyard hole there. On my SMF, I always put lanyards in my SMF, but they do get frayed after a while. You know, you just put it through on the lock side, and you have to cut it off and replace it. But it's really not that big of a deal. Don't put any nice beads on it or anything, you'll be fine. But this guy, I haven't figured out what I want to do for a lanyard, so I'm going to figure that out soon enough. Also, I wanted to show y'all my Pete Gray lock bar stabilizer came in. It's the Damasteel one, and oh man, it looks so sexy. The only downside of that is the pattern's so fine. It's cool when you're looking at it up close, but see from right here, you can barely see it. But I think it's worth it. I got a purple titanium one for my SMF when it comes back from warranty, but it's being worked on right now, and I'm getting a reblade. Hopefully that gets back here pretty soon. I can show that off as well. But how's it cut so far? It cuts great. I'm really surprised with how thick of a blade it is, how well it can actually cut. And this thing, when we went camping, I whittled some wood with it. I tried to cut up a few strawberries and stuff. I did bring my chef knife because I don't use this to cut up like food and stuff, but I just wanted to see how it cut, and it cuts pretty damn well. It's a real deep hollow grind. So I guess if you were cutting, I don't know, like cheese or something, it would get caught up in here. Really haven't had that issue. Also cutting open like boxes and letters and stuff like that up in here. This cuts exceptionally well too. They did an incredible job sharpening this. And I've heard that about Medford knives, is they always do an incredible job sharpening, and you can see my finger reflecting in there. It's basically a mirror polished edge. I think they take it to maybe 1,000 grit or something like that, maybe 1,500. But I mean, that's better than most factory. Mick Striders, just the productions, I think they take them to maybe 300 or 600 grit. And they're real toothy edges, and I love their edges. But I mean, this is just a whole new level, to me anyway, for a production knife. I guess this isn't even a production knife. You'd have to call it a mid-tech. But also, update from last video. I was going through, I think USN or maybe Blade Forums, and I saw that somebody had asked Strider, Marissa, why they didn't call this the 0.75 GB, and or that they should have called it and they made a mistake. And they said, no, it wasn't a mistake. They meant to call it the 0.75 AR Tanto. But, you know, it's a GB. I'm going to keep calling it a GB. You know, it may be wrong, but I think maybe the reason behind that is they're trying to get rid of GB just to keep it simple. So new people coming in, they want to buy this knife. They don't get confused like, oh, is the GB just a completely different knife, or is it still an AR and just with the Tanto blade? You know, it's whatever. But I'm going to keep calling it a GB. Old school Strider guy. The handles have held up really well. They do hide scratches very well. And that's because the finish on them is already like they've been worn. It's like the the battle bronze on a hinder is what it reminds me of. So these haven't shown any scratches at all. Only have one scratch on the blade so far. I don't really know what caused it. Let me see if I can get this to focus real quick. Yeah, you can see right there. And it goes right here, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it because of the glare, but it goes up the flat to up here. You can barely see. It's hard to see on the stone wash, but you can definitely see it down here in the satin. Yeah, kind of a bummer. You can always, I don't know, I could take some sandpaper to it or something and try and get that out a little bit. Just redo this satin, do like a hand rubbed satin or something. I'm not gonna do that because I'll just screw it up more. But I don't plan on selling this anyway for at least a good long while because I like it that much. So just kind of a bummer that it is there, but then again, it's a user, it's gonna get scratches, so better get it early on so I'm not afraid to use it, you know, in the future. What else? Oh yeah. So I said in the first video that these, you know, it doesn't really hurt my finger too much, but it has broken in my finger more, meaning that it is more calloused, and I have that much less feeling in the tip of my thumb because of this guy. So it is just a little too sharp. I don't know if that's a Medford thing or not. I assume it is. I haven't handled enough Medfords to even know if that's a Medford thing or not. But just on this knife, it seems intentional. So the reason I say that is because everything else, even around the edges of the blade here, everything, all around the corners of the blade, around the corners of the handle here, anywhere where they want it to be soft, they made it soft. They did an exceptional job softening it. Anywhere where they wanted it to be sharp, it's very sharp. So like right in here, right up here in the jimping, down here where you're trying to, in the lock bar cutout there, or not, this is the lock bar cutout, what am I trying to say? Where your thumb goes here to push the lock bar over. That's very sharp too. So it is intentional, and I can't put it as a fault when they intentionally did something like that, but I am going to gripe about it a little bit. It needs to be buffed down just a little bit. It's just too damn sharp. I understand the intention, but even with gloves, when I was wearing my gloves and I was playing with it a little bit, this would catch on the fabric of the glove as well. I mean, like really catch on it, like tear the fabric. I mean, that's just a little too aggressive to me anyway, especially in the 0.75 variant. In the smaller version, I would think they mean this to be a more carryable everyday version of the full-size AR. But yet the full-size AR has, you know, better chamfering in these spots, and it's soft. And even with gloves on those knives, like on my SMF, it's not a big deal. I never have an issue where I'm not getting enough grip there, even when it was muddy and wet and I'm using it outdoors. It's just a non-issue. So maybe on the newer versions, hopefully they round those off just a little bit. Just hit them with something. I got one of my ceramic rods out and just hit this up just a little bit, just to make it a little bit softer. And on this side too, I hope that's not what that line's from. I don't remember it, you know, coming down that way because I was real delicate trying to do that. But just to try and soften it up a little bit, and it seemed to help a little bit. I definitely don't want to do that on the titanium because it'll wear, I don't know, some of the anodization off if I do that, but who knows, it might just go with that whole worn kind of look to it. If anybody has any ideas, I've been looking around for a Damascus clip for this guy, and I can't seem to find any Damascus clips that are just like regular Strider spring clips, or I guess it's the titanium clip, but regular Strider clips, I mean. I don't like the deep carry clips that you see online. And I've been looking everywhere and I just can't seem to find the right kind of Damascus clip. And really, what I really want to do is if I can get I like this peat gray damaged steel lock bar stabilizer. If I can get a matching damaged steel clip, that'd be sick. So I'll keep my eyes open. But if y'all know anybody, just link me and I'll check it out. But yeah, just a great knife, guys. I know I'm kind of harping on these issues, but you know, overall with the knives, what I've been using it for, how I've been using it, carrying it every day, it's been better than I even thought it was going to be in the beginning. I love it, you know. Every day it's not really a fidget tool, especially with how sharp everything is, but I fidget with it every day just because it's so awesome. And it's smoothing up. It's getting more and more smooth every single day. Just drop shut smooth. Oop. I mean, it's great. It really is. I think the next video I'll probably do in another couple weeks or so. I don't know if I want to do these every week or so, but I'll keep y'all updated. I kind of like my backdrop here. Let me know if y'all think it's nice or not. I like the idea of, you know, I'm just starting out here, so I'll do my videos like on the cutting board, knives on the cutting board and stuff like that. So anyway, I'll keep y'all updated. Y'all have a good one. Thank you.